I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley. Are you ready to fly?
I'm ready. Ready to fly.
Tomorrow, all of America will be talking about Elvis Presley.
It's so good. So good. The voice, the screaming girls, the shaking of the hips. It all takes center stage in the upcoming Elvis biopic, which is dropping next Friday, following the rise of the king of rock and roll. And now we are joined by the superstars of the show, or the film, I should say, Austin Butler and Olivia DeJonge. Make some noise, everybody. They're live in the studio. Good morning. A little slow clap. Early morning. Thank you for getting up and joining us this morning. I know you got it late last night.
Yeah, we did. I mean, late-ish.
Late-ish.
It wasn't too bad.
You still got a chance to go Cirque du Soleil.
I did. I saw Cirque du Soleil last night. It was great.
That's it. Busy enough on the press tour. And
Yes.
you're like, you know what I'm going to do?
Cirque
Make it
du
busier.
Soleil.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Look, the film is unbelievable, and I know you've been hearing that from a lot of places. First thing I said is, hear me now, believe me later, when I saw it a couple weeks ago. Oscar buzz for everybody involved. And Austin, honestly, have you gotten comfortable with all the praise yet?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know if I'll ever really get comfortable. What I'll tell you is it feels so lovely that suddenly this film that we worked so hard on is being received well, and that Elvis's family feels the way they do. And you never know how a movie's going to turn out. And you work so hard, and then sometimes it comes out and nobody likes it or something. So I'm feeling really happy right now.
Yeah, because when you're in it, you're in it, right? You're focused and you're working. So you're on that level. But then when you hear from the family, Olivia,
Oh my
and getting that
goodness.
praise from Priscilla,
Oh my goodness.
who you play,
I know.
what goes through your mind? What's that reaction like? Those moments? What happens?
I
to you?
mean, so much relief. I knew signing on to this that she was going to see it. And I was incredibly nervous at the prospect of her either hating it or not thinking that I was good or any of that. So I think to have her support for all of us, it's so incredibly special and meaningful. And, we all made this film with so much love. So the fact that her and the family really feel that, it's incredible.
And the family said nothing but praise for you, Austin. And they say they see Elvis when they watched you do this. You hear that, you get the standing ovation at Cannes. What does that do for you? And is it relief, or is it excitement, or is it like a bunch of things?
It's everything all kind of mixed together. But for the most part, that just means the world to me and to all of us. You feel I felt such a deep, deep responsibility, unlike I've ever felt before, and that's terrifying. And you feel pressure, and you feel this fear of failure, and all those things, and it's fear of failing them, fear of failing him, and so the fact that they have seen it and it's impacted them in that way, it just is like, it means everything.
It's like so above and beyond as well what we expected. They don't really have anything to do with the film. Like, they didn't produce it, they're not executive producing, so all of their support has been...
They hadn't read the script.
All their support is because they love the film, so it's wild.
And that's credit to y'all, because you did a great job with it. And is that what kept you up at night? Because I know there was a lot of challenges with filming, and then when the kind of shutdown happened, we had about 6 months. Yeah. I know you had my sleep schedule where you slept like 2 hours a night, but what was going through your mind to keep you up? What were you worried about?
It's how all the pieces fit together.
Yeah.
So and it would be different every day. Some days I'd wake up and I'd just go, what if I'm not able to speak in his voice at all, or it's completely inauthentic, or it was, I would be obsessing about a song that I was having trouble singing, or there's just fear that wakes you up, that makes you go like, well, what if you feel like you're walking a tightrope every day. And,
that's true, but I mean, watching Austin work and the dedication that he has, I kind of was like, you're crazy. You're gonna be fine.
Stop it, boy.
You're
got
gonna be great.
Was it the singing, the dancing, getting the voice right? What was the most challenging part for you?
It was being incredibly meticulous about all those things, but it could never be about those things. It had to be about his humanity. So that's a tricky thing, like, especially when you're trying to recreate a specific
Throwing it away can be really hard too.
You're trying to make something feel as identical as possible to what it actually was, but it's got to feel like it's happening for the first time. So you're obsessing about the angle of his finger in one moment, or the angle of his leg, or whatever those things are, but you've got to do that so many times, and then it's got to be coming from the inner feeling. So it was all about getting in touch with that emotional place. And
it's so special to watch. Like, to be able to watch that sort of transformation take place, it was out of this world. To watch it as well from the beginning, from where he started, also after the break to then where it ended, it was just like, you know, the past and the present coming together. It was mad.
Do you feel when you still see him now, when you guys get together, is there still a part of Elvis in Austin right now?
The moment of truth.
I mean,
because
you know
we hear it a little bit, right? Yeah.
I mean, a little bit, sure. But I also would like, I know us pretty well, and so I feel like I see Austin.
There you go. We're going to do a couple of games in just a few moments. Before, though, is this a role that's kind of changed you as people permanently?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I came into this job sort of bumping around, and obviously as a collective we all went through the pandemic. It was a traumatic time for all of us, and everybody felt somewhat changed. But I think, you know, Priscilla's very soft, she's very feminine, she feels very graceful, and I definitely stepped away from this job with more of those qualities, which is such an honor and also such a pleasure, and I'm forever, you know, indebted to her for that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Absolutely. It's changed my relationship with fear. Is the big thing, which I didn't realize Elvis felt stage fright. And the more research I did, the more you realize that all throughout his career, he talks about it in the 50s, he talks about it into the 70s as he's going on tour there. And so this guy who was one of the most magnetic performers we've ever had, felt fear, intense fear before walking out on stage.
Yeah.
So I knew every day that I was feeling that, because you feel so much terror, because you care so much. But at the end of the day, it's that thing where I go, I mean, I feel fear before I walk out here to do an interview, you know?
You got that shy side to you. People don't realize.
I'm shy, yes, but it kind of just makes you go, okay, I'll deal with it.
Just got to do it. Just got to do it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. More with Austin and Olivia. We're going to talk Elvis and maybe some Elvis trivia. See how much you picked up while on set.
Oh, Lord.
It won't be that tough of a game. Don't worry, I promise. We'll be back with more in just a bit on BT. Yeah.
Oh, no.